Yo, what is going on, guys? Got some pretty ridiculous clips for you here today of yet another TikTok dating coach for women. I swear every single day these are getting worse and worse, but this first clip, of which we have a few, is dating boundaries that this woman has as a quote-unquote high value woman. Now, all of these women consider themselves to be high value. Nevertheless, the fact that they are half unclothed on Instagram, but hey, apparently she's a high value woman, guys. She has some dating boundaries. So let's take a listen. As always, don't forget to leave your thoughts and your comments.
Okay, this video was highly requested, so let's get into it. These are my boundaries as a high value woman, and I want to know what yours are, so drop them below in the comments. Number one, this is very important: no talk about schmecks, no inappropriate behavior, no schmecks talk, okay? None of that. You know what I'm talking about. None of that. If I sense any weird, inappropriate behavior, I'm blocking the person and I'm moving on.
Unless, of course, she is highly attracted to you. Guys, this is something that so many modern women like to do. They like to pretend like they have any sort of modesty whatsoever. But, you know, I've seen some images that are on this woman's Instagram. She's not modest whatsoever. You know, oh, he has to wait for intimacy. He has to prove that he's worthy of me. Meanwhile, she'll still hook up with the dudes that she finds attractive. That's number one. Number two, people can see you half unclothed over on Instagram anyway. Okay, women love to do this crap, guys, where they try and sell you purity, but meanwhile you check their social media accounts and they're half unclothed. Like, get the hell out of here. This is something that women like to pretend that they do, but realistically they still smash dudes that they find attractive anyway. Don't fall for this stuff, guys. It's complete nonsense, right? Because here's the thing, I actually agree with this woman. You know, maybe hold out a bit. Don't, you know, maybe incorporate some modesty. That could be a good thing for modern women, but it's just a complete lie. They don't actually do this for the men that they find attractive.
I do not tolerate that. I do not accept that. And any man who speaks to me in that way in the beginning, in the early stages, and I don't even know you, is getting blocked. So that's number one. Number two is I do not speak on the phone after 9 p.m. I repeat, I do not speak on the phone after 9 p.m. Here's the thing, after 9 p.m. the devil comes out, okay? You know what I'm talking about. I don't have time for that. I'm not here to engage in small talk. I'm not here to engage in pillow talk. I simply do not have time.
Yes, she does. Again, guys, manipulation tactic from female dating coach here. Women like to pretend like they don't have time and they're oh so busy. This woman makes tons of TikTok videos, okay? She has time to be talking to you, right? But of course, what she's trying to do here is, number one, act like she's busy, which she isn't. And number two, she wants to act like she's pure, which she isn't. In fact, guys, I'm going to ask my editor right now to flash up an image. And this is one of the more tame ones that you can find over on her Instagram. But don't worry, guys, she's incredibly modest. She's not interested in that pillow talk or anything like that, guys. She wants you to take her seriously. You know, she's not a bedroom fun type of girl. She's real serious. Now, again, the picture that just flashed up on the screen, that is one of the more modest ones over on her Instagram. Bear that in mind, and let's continue.
Somebody calls me at 9 p.m. I'm not answering. My phone is on Do Not Disturb anyway. I do not like to waste my precious evenings on random men, okay? I've got things to do, like I have a routine in the evening and I don't have time. So what could you possibly need to say to me after 9 p.m? I really want to know, like, what do you need to say to me after 9 p.m? Furthermore, if
yeah, Lord forbid the men that you're trying to date, notice I said men as in plural, want to talk to you. But guys, she's too busy. Now, she could be dating you, right? You could be interested in having a relationship with her, but how dare you talk to her after 9 p.m?
If a man wants to speak to me, he can book a date and come and see me and have conversations with me in real life.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Did you just say book a date? Dudes have to book a date with you? Guys, I'm convinced at this point this woman is essentially just a night worker. Really? Let's run that back. Holy hell.
Speak to me, he can book a date and come and see me and have conversations with me in real life. Okay, number 3 is no touching on the first, second, and third date. So no thank you, stay away from me, do not touch me. You haven't earned that access to be able to touch me. So please stay far away over there.
Yeah, guys, you know, no touching, no funny business, but all of the random dudes that I have over on Instagram, well, they can see my body and that's totally fine. Guys, this is absolutely hilarious to me, okay? Because again, this is a lie that women like to sell men. Oh, I'm so modest. I do not hook up with men on the first, second, or third date. Men really have to earn, you know, a relationship with me. And I think that's, to be honest, guys, I think that's a great rule. I really do. I think modern women would probably be, you know, they would probably benefit a lot from being more modest. The problem is they're just completely lying through their teeth, okay? The men that they find attractive, they will hook up with on the first date. And that aside, guys, modern women have really screwed themselves. You know why? Because here's the thing. A lot of guys are not going to deal with this crap. Number one, because you've hooked up with other dudes anyway, so it doesn't matter. So the dudes are going to say, no, thank you. But number two, dudes understand that if a woman is attracted to them, the woman's just going to hook up with him anyway. He's just going to go to some other girl, right? Oh, you know, this girl here, Emily, she's not interested in me in an intimate kind of way. She wants me to take her seriously and do all this stuff, even though she's not worth it. That's fine. I'm just going to go and talk to Sandra instead. And so women have essentially priced themselves out, guys, because what's happening is the dudes have no reason to commit to them. Their personalities are horrible. They don't bring anything feminine to the table, right? All they're offering to dudes is intimacy in the first place. So dudes will just go and get it from a different woman anyway. Like, simple economics, guys. Supply and demand. You know, you're not supplying, well, then the dude's going to go somewhere else. They really are.
Be able to touch me. So please stay far away over there. That is my boundary. That is my rule. No touching on the first, second, or third date. I don't know you. I'm still getting to know you. That's the reason why we're on this date. There is no reason for you to be touching me. You haven't earned that access. Step away, please.
Yeah, guys, haven't earned it, right? You haven't busted open your wallet. You haven't paid for enough things. Again, this just sounds like being a night worker with extra steps to me.
Do not touch me. I do not appreciate that. I don't want some man touching me on the first, second date. I do not know you. Don't try to reach for my hand. Don't try to put your hand on my thigh. No, no, no. Number 4 is if you cancel once, you never see me again. So that's my rule. That's my boundary. You cancel once, you've blown your chance. You don't get a second chance with me. It is simple as that. It's self-explanatory. If somebody cancels with me and they don't give a valid reason, and a valid reason is not, oh, I woke up and I was hungover, or, oh, I'm really sorry, like I forgot, or I double booked. Goodbye. Cancel first date. You've blown your chance. On to the next.
And see, this is, you know, another lie that modern women like to tell. Again, if some dude is highly attractive, you know, she's chasing some Chad, she's going to reschedule with him anyway. Guys, women will put up with all sorts of behavior. They'll put up with a dude canceling date. They will engage in intimacy on the first date, right? They will bend all of their rules for men that they find attractive. That's why I find these dating videos so funny, is because they're essentially just lying to you. Even if what they're saying I can actually agree with, the problem is they never implement this stuff. They don't. What they're essentially doing is they are faking having self-respect. You can already, you know how I can tell this, guys? One look at this woman's Instagram tells me that she is faking self-respect, because people who have self-respect, their Instagram doesn't look the way that hers does. You know, guys, oh, I have to take this woman out on a first, second, and third date, and then maybe if I'm lucky, if I prove myself, then she'll have intimacy with me, and it's such a blessing, right? Meanwhile, she's half unclothed over on Instagram. Like, what are we competing here for, right? What are the dudes actually putting in the effort for? Again, guys, this is the problem, is, you know, these women out here giving away it all for free, or pricing themselves for $4.95 a month on OF, and expecting dudes to take them out on lavish dinner dates and prove themselves. Like, get the hell out of here, man. And I don't have anything against the traditional behavior. I don't have anything against the dinner dates. What I do have is an idea that perhaps men shouldn't be doing this for women who do not deserve it.
One, it is as simple as that. I'm sorry, you get one chance to impress. One chance to impress. You don't do it, you've missed the boat, not my problem. Number 5 is not making sure I got home okay. Not making sure that I am safe. This is an instant block. If we're going on a date and you are not concerned about my safety, you are not asking me how I'm getting home, you're not offering me a form of transport, you're not offering to either pick me up or send me a car, you have no business speaking to me.
Wait, so let me get this straight. A dude just has to immediately start driving you around or paying for your transport? I'm sorry, but what happened to you don't know this guy, so you don't owe him anything? Why do the men, this is the funny thing, guys, about you know, these dating situations, right, is notice how the men are expected to invest everything up front, right? We're expected to invest our time, energy, resources. So we're supposed to pay for the date. We're supposed to take the woman to the date. We're supposed to ensure the safety of the woman. You know, we're supposed to do we're supposed to plan the date. We're supposed to ask her. So we take on all of the rejection. We pay for everything. We handle all of the logistics and the safety, right? And all of this is to impress a woman who is half unclothed on Instagram anyway. No, man. Like, notice how dudes are expected to do all of this crap up front. Meanwhile, the women just get to show up and decide whether or not they like you. It's a complete scam, guys. No wonder dudes don't want relationships. Like, every single time I see one of these videos, it makes perfect sense to me why a lot of guys do not want modern day relationships. They would rather play video games. In fact, probably a lot of them are playing video games right now, watching this video, rather than going out there and talking to women. Because if this is what constitutes talking to women these days, men are just not interested. Men are done. You know, this is the downfall of modern women, guys. Just excessive amounts of narcissism condensed down into very popular TikTok videos.
Instant block. Okay, on a date with a guy and he doesn't make sure you get home safe, it's a red flag and you need to cut him off. Bye-bye. But I only speak to masculine men who are providers and protectors. And when a man is not making sure that I am safe, like I'm getting from A to B safe, that is not a masculine man. I'm so sorry. It's not. I'm not going to accept that. I'm turned off. I'm put off. No, thank you. Instant block. Offering to pick a woman up is the bare minimum. Or if you can't pick her up for whatever reason, get her a taxi. It's really the bare minimum. If you're not doing that, then you really are not in a position to be dating.
Why do we always talk about the bare minimum of things that men have to do? It's always, men need to do this for me, men need to do that for me. And all of your responsibilities are apparently just up in the air, completely negotiable, and you don't even have to do them. And if a man insists that you do them, then he somehow is a bad man who doesn't like women. Guys, it's so insane to me, man. All of these videos, right? Here's all of the things that men should do to get women to like them. Here's all of the things that you need to do. Guys, if you are not ordering her a taxi, then she's not going to be attracted to you. Number 1, don't give a damn. Number 2, it's a lie anyway. Point in case, guys, you go out there and you ask these women about their dating histories, and they will tell you all about the awful men that they've dated and that they've hooked up with on the first date many a time. Guarantee you those men didn't need to call her a taxi. Completely stupid.
Oh yeah, guys.
Now, let's continue on to the next video here. A bit of an audio jump scare there. This is also from the same woman. Now, I find this one to be very funny. I've actually prepared a chart, which I will show you guys later on, to explain the healing journey of modern women. But this clip I find to be absolutely hilarious, okay? The caption is, "Dating becomes harder when you start to heal." So let's jump into this one.
Oh yeah, guys, I forgot to let you know that the more you heal, the harder relationships become. Why? Because you have a zero tolerance policy for the bare minimum. you get better at rejecting people. You don't just accept anyone. People can't manipulate you anymore. And you kind of like your own company. It's very peaceful. The more you heal, the harder dating becomes.
Yeah, so let me translate this. The more dudes you smash, right, and who refuse to commit to you, the harder you have to look to find a simp who's going to provide and take care of you. Guys, I have pulled up this beautiful chart that I made earlier. It took me all of 2 seconds. This is the Woman's Healing Journey Starter Kit, okay? So we start at step 1 here, and it says, smash a bunch of dudes and fail to get commitment. Check, okay? Number 2, do this until you have any of the following. Excuse the typo. Number 1, you are running out of time to have kids. So if you're running out of time to have kids, then you've got to move on from smashing random dudes and failing to get commitment, right? Because you're running out of eggs. Or if you accidentally have a kid with Chad, right? And he's gone from the picture, or you remove him, then you proceed to step 3. Or if you're just sufficiently sad and lonely, you're sick and tired of men not giving you commitment, then you can also move on to step number 3. Now, step number 3 is the healing phase, guys, right? Where now you expect more from men. You know, you expect the chivalry, you expect men to do crap for you, pay for dinner dates, and so on, until they are allowed physical intimacy with you, okay? And you really want to spend time here, guys. You want to develop your narcissism as much as possible, really believe that you are a princess, that you are a queen. Now, here's the optional part in step number 3. If you are delusional enough, you can actually become a TikTok dating coach for women. Perhaps you're a little bit light on cash, right? You need to give people advice that is completely useless. So you can become a TikTok dating coach for women. Now, this is where the woman of today's video currently is. She's in step number 3. Now, step number 4 is to find and marry. Let me just zoom in a little bit here. Step number 4, find and marry or have a relationship with a simp who provides you everything, who you are not attracted to. You need to make sure to consider this settling because he's not as attractive as the dudes that you smashed earlier. So if you recall in step number 1, right? Step number 1 was to smash a bunch of dudes, but you can't get commitment from these men, you see. So you have to go to the simps. Now, when you get a relationship from a simp, i.e. a man who you're not physically attracted to, obviously you're settling because you deserve better. So that's really important to outline because this is going to justify you robbing him of his resources and his family later on, okay? Then what you're going to do once you've successfully ensnared a simp after your healing phase is you need to stay for him a little bit. Now, you might think that you're going to stay with him because you love him. That's not the case. You're actually staying with him because if you leave too quickly, in a lot of jurisdictions, you just can't rob him as easily. You know, you need to stay with him for a few years so that you are more entitled, quote unquote, in the eyes of the law to more of his assets and resources. And then we move full circle onto divorcing his ass and robbing him of his family and assets. And it's really critical here, guys, that what you want to do is you want to lie about the man when you leave, and you need to try and convince people that you are the victim. So here's the problem. Oftentimes you will go out here and you'll divorce a man, but the problem is he'll be a great man. You know, he's got the morals. He's been providing for you this whole time. The man is squeaky clean. He's never cheated on you. He cares about you. So this is the part that's really important, is because you want to make sure to lie about him when you divorce his ass. And you have to try and convince people that you're the victim. So you have to paint him out like he's a bad man, who's done some awful things. And then once you've done that, you've taken all of his resources and removed him from his family, then you can just repeat the whole process here. Beautiful stuff, guys. Modern women's dating in a nutshell. Let's continue back onto the video clips, shall we?
Because you're not just accepting.
So what are we going to next?
That is because
of course,
you are centering
there is
men.
more. Centering men. Let's move the clip over a little bit here. Centering men. Let's see. So they make me so tired, says Marla here. Let's take a listen.
Yeah, so you're always going to be feeling like this. You're going to be feeling exhausted, burnt out, and that is because you are centering men. That is why you need to decenter men completely and center yourself. You need to master detachment. That is the only way that you'll be free from feeling this way, because otherwise you are going to be constantly trying to seek answers. Whereas if you just completely detached and you're no longer attached to an outcome with a man, you will feel better.
You know why you are so burnt out? I love how women call it this, by the way. Oh, I'm so burnt out with dating, right? I'm so exhausted. So the reason why women are saying this is because they have smashed a whole bunch of dudes, but the problem is they have failed to get a relationship out of any of these guys. And that's why they're so tired, right? They're emotionally strained because they're attached to so many different dudes that they've smashed. And now they have the problem of like, well, I keep doing this and I keep failing to get a relationship. I keep having to go out on these first dates, quote unquote. And I just get played every single damn time. And so it makes the women tired. Again, guys, you see a woman who's tired and burnt out from dating, you already know that it's a problem. Now, speaking of problem, guys, one giant clip here from the exact same woman. Apparently, men are always just switching up. You know, speaking of the exhaustion here. So let's take a listen.
Men will always switch up on you. Doesn't matter how you've got him, okay? Doesn't matter if you've got 3 houses with him. He'll switch up on you. He'll switch up on you with a ring on your hand. He'll switch up on you while you've got 10 kids with him, okay? If there's one thing about men is they will always switch up on you. And they will do it and they will feel no type of way about it, okay? This is how they see if you have an emotional attachment to them. And they do this usually early on in the stages because they're trying to see, like, have I got her? Have I got her? Because remember, ladies, I've said in my other videos, I've said it in so many of my videos, it is a game. Okay? If you are not mentally strong as a woman right now, do not enter the dating game.
Okay, so let's pause it here. Number one, madam, dudes are really not thinking that hard about this, okay? I see so many videos where women are like, man, the men are just out here to manipulate us, right? They're just playing these mind games and things like this. Number one, the majority of men don't know how to do this. Number two, they don't care to do it because it's a complete waste of time and they're not losers, right? The conclusion that women draw when men lose interest in them is that the dude is playing games, rather than the fact that maybe the dude just isn't interested in you, right? Oh, how come he switched up? I don't know. Have you maybe cheated on him, for example? Maybe there's no intimacy in your relationship whatsoever, or whatever the case may be. Is there underlying problems? But no, it's straight to the men are trying to manipulate my ass, as if men even care about doing this or can even be bothered. You know, like, this is just pure projection, guys. And also, the dudes who do manipulate women, by the way, which is a very small fraction of them, they do exist, I'm sure. But do you know where they learned all of this nonsense from? They just learned it from women. Like, all of these stupid little mind games and things like this, all of these little tricks and tactics that most men with any form of self-respect will not really implement anyway because they can't be bothered talking to you in the first place. Dudes learned all of this stuff from women. They really did. They learned it from TikTok videos like this one. So, you know, congratulate yourself for that one, master of detachment.
It is treacherous out there. The streets are cold, okay? And it is a game. And have got the men out here who are wearing masks that are just out here to manipulate you, okay? He's not being honest with himself. He doesn't even know whether he's coming or going.
I love how women treat this like a really complicated problem, guys. Like, oh, men are manipulating me. I mean, the dudes just don't want relationships with you. It's as simple as that. They're not trying to manipulate anything. They just don't want to take you seriously. And women will be like, oh, he's putting on a mask. He's so tricky and so mysterious. But again, if you had like the father of a daughter, he'd be able to tell you right away that that man is not in, you know, that guy is just not interested in commitment. This guy's bad news. And he would be able to weed them out like that, right? Click of the fingers. The father would be able to tell you which men are the ones who are going to be viable for a relationship and which are not. But modern women, guys, they just cannot see it because they're attracted to the dudes, right? The guy's highly attractive. Maybe I can get a relationship out of him. There's like a 3% chance, not that I know what a percentage even means, but hey, there's a 3% chance I can get him. And so they just chase him and then they want to claim that they were manipulated. Like, no, the dude never wanted you. He never pushed for a relationship. He never tried to date you because he didn't want to date you. Women overcomplicate the crap out of this stuff, guys. They really do.
You've got the ones who are talking so much, and they have nothing to offer a woman, okay? You've got all kinds of men out there. So as a woman, you need to be prepared. You need to have the right tools and be fully equipped to enter the dating game, okay? And one of the things that men are going to do is they're going to test you, okay? Emotional triggers. This is what it's called, emotional triggers. Early on, when you're getting to know a guy, you're going through the dating stages with them, especially if you haven't really had any kind of deep conversations. Usually in the beginning, it's quite fun. It's very surface level. You know, no one's really getting that deep, right? That is usually the stage where men are trying to figure out, okay, do I have her? Do I have her? Because again, it's a game. It's literally a game.
I feel like every single time I watch these videos, guys, I'm just being told information about men that I didn't know. You know, oh, guys, apparently we're like this today. Apparently we put emotional triggers and we like to play games with women. Most dudes are not interested in playing games with you, okay? They're quite honestly done talking to women like you. Especially the older guys, man. They've just completely checked out from women like you. Oh, men are doing these tests and blah, blah, blah. It's like, not really. They just, the men just don't like you. Women like to come up with all of this psychobabble, but at the end of the day, what it really just translates to is that men don't want to have relationships with them. And so they're trying to attribute this to manipulation strategies. Again, most guys don't care about manipulation. They don't understand it. Men are inherently way worse, in my opinion, at manipulation than women. We're not very naturally gifted at it. You know what we do when we don't like people, all right? Or when we there's not a whole lot of manipulation with dudes because they will just tell you or they'll just ignore you, right? If a man doesn't like you, it's really quite easy to tell. If a man doesn't want to commit to you, it's really quite easy to tell. Men are not complicated. It's women who pull all of this like manipulative mind game nonsense. Men are oftentimes very, very simple. Not that difficult.
I have her now. Do I have her? Once he knows he has you, and the way he knows he has you is you're going to get emotional. They know that they have you as soon as you show emotion. Emotion is, oh, you didn't text me. Oh, like I really wanted to see you today. You never ever initiate seeing a guy.
Ah, yes. Yeah, guys, don't ever display interest in a man. Don't ever show any form of perhaps you enjoy talking to him or you miss him. Wow, I wonder why dudes don't want relationships with you. It's almost like they go where they are valued and appreciated, right? Why the hell would you be with a woman who doesn't even miss you? Like, you know what I mean, guys? Like, you go like 2 weeks without talking, you hear nothing unless you reach out to her. You know what the dudes do? They just dip. They're just like, oh, she doesn't like me. Okay. Or at least that's what the men with self-respect do. Like that, like, what even is this, man? Oh, you don't want to show that you miss him. You don't want to show that you're interested in seeing him. Of course you're single. Of course the dudes have commitment, quote unquote, issues with you. Why would you want to be with a woman who's not interested in you anyway?
Never ever initiate seeing a guy. How many times have you initiated seeing a guy and you felt so crap afterwards? You felt so, ugh, like, why did I do that? Not worth it. Not worth it, ladies. It's never worth it. It's never ever worth it. Men are not stupid. Men know if they want you, they have to go and get you. Men know if they want something, they have to go and get it.
These hand gestures are just ridiculous, man. Completely ridiculous.
This is what they're taught from a very young age. If you want something, go and get it. So what do you think? That man's blind? You think that man's stupid? He doesn't know what he's doing? He knows what he's doing. Ladies, what you tolerate is what you accept. What you tolerate is what you accept. So if a man comes across a woman who has very weak boundaries and she's accepting nothing but the bare minimum, you're accepting last minute dates, you're accepting someone calling you past midnight, you're accepting someone being like, oh, I'm really sorry, I fell asleep. Oh, I'm really sorry, I was going to get you a present. If you're accepting this poor behavior at the start, oof, this guy is going to treat you so bad. This guy is literally going to take you through the ringer with him.
Spoken like you have a lot of experience in the matter. See, here's the thing, guys. I actually agree with these quote unquote dating coaches insofar as personal boundaries and all of this stuff, you know? Like, hey, you probably shouldn't be out there in the middle of the night going to some random dude's house. I'll agree with you there. Right? If the dude's screwing you around and he's obviously not interested in taking you out on dates and he's canceling all of the damn time, then hey, yeah, probably he's not the best dating option. I actually agree with a lot of the boundaries that these women like to put forward. The problem is they are never implemented. And even if they are, they're only implemented for the men that they find unattractive. You see what I'm saying? Again, all of the rules are completely bent for the dudes that they find attractive. She will message him past midnight. She will go and hook up with him. Intimacy will happen very, very quickly, right? But the good man who has morals, but unfortunately he's below 6 foot, then all of a sudden, guys, you have to treat her like a princess in order to earn her respect. Like, get the hell out of here, man. You know, like, it's such a scam for dudes. It really, really is such a scam. This is why it's so important to just, I personally just completely disregard. I don't care if you're a man, I don't care if you're a woman, or if you think you're whatever the hell you are. I don't like listening to what people say. I would rather just watch what they do, to be honest with you, particularly women, because what women do and say oftentimes, particularly TikTok dating coaches and women who subscribe to this nonsense, it's completely different. It's absolute night and day. What they say that they respond to and they're actually attracted to is completely different from the type of men that they actually chase.
Okay? Ladies, you need to wake up and you need to start practicing detachment. You have to get to a point where you have completely mastered detachment. And detachment is not suppressing your feelings and your emotions and like just, you know, acting like I don't care. No, we don't do that. We don't act out here. We genuinely don't care. And how you don't care is you work on yourself. Fall in love with yourself. Fall so deeply in love with yourself and your life and where your life is going.
Yeah, see, guys, this is what I described, right, in the chart back here, right? Is this part here? Let me just highlight it for you. This part right here is what she's describing. Okay, you need to take your time to really develop that narcissism. Fall in love with yourself, right? Understand that you're a princess and that you deserve the absolute best treatment from men. Very, very important part of the healing phase after you've smashed enough dudes, guys, is to really cement how worth it you are for men to date. And you need to understand that men need to put in Herculean amounts of effort to be with you because you're a queen, apparently. But guys, we are going to be leaving today's episode there. I've got a bit of a headache from listening to this garbage, so I am going to go to the gym and have a great time and forget completely about this woman. So guys, don't forget to leave your thoughts and your comments. Make sure you guys take care of yourselves, and I'll be seeing you all in the next one. Peace.